Howdy there. Today's 129:25. If you would be so humble and kind to subscribe and maybe thumbs up if you want to leave a message or something. I'll never know who's ever thumbed up or subscribed unless you send me a message with your email address and I can respond. But if somebody just subscribes or something, ah, nobody ever knows who subscribed, or they can't get a phone number or an email address or IP ad. No, subscription is very private, so nobody will ever know unless you want them to. Then you leave your email or something or phone number. So I was going to show you how I installed my monkey business. So this is my hanging bar. What I did is I took a 2x2 and I uh, got long galvanized heavy screws and a stud finder, and I located all the studs, and I put the a lot of screws. Once I located the stud, I put multiple screws angled this way and that way and that way, and so I got a lot of angles on that 2x4 that's behind the wall, and then I reinforced it with other screws in the middle. So it's up there pretty good, it's the odds are low it's gonna fall unless you get someone on there like 400 pounds. Like, what would somebody be doing on there 400 pounds anyway? So I got same thing here. It looks like I had some settling going on. I have to run some more screws in that one. So same thing here, stud locator, and I'll have to run some more screws on that one. Oh, it's in there pretty good though. But anyway, I'm gonna. Oh, the wood looks like it kind of warped out. Okay, I can take care of that. Just run some more screws over here. And so what I do is I'll take um, some I'll take some rope and I tie it to curl bars, the little curl bars. I thought I had them around here. It's like, what happened to you? I don't know. It's like I'm not the only one that lives here, and I'll put something somewhere and I'll go to go get it, and sometimes it's gone forever. It's like, what happened to that, huh? Huh? Probably ended up in the trash can or something. Who knows, right? The person you live with, they don't know what it is. A book fell. So I'll take like these things here that I made, right? These here, and I'll tie them up around here so they hang. So they'll hang like that with this rope here. And so I got one over here, I got one over here. So when I put my monkey hanging boots on, uh, cliffhanger boots, I'll jump up, throw my feet up, and then because I'll be exhausted, I go until I just can't do another, can't do nothing, right? So I don't have no energy left in my muscles to even lift my boots hooks off there. I'm just like, so by having these handles here, I can just it's really easy for me to just be hanging upside down and just grab those handles. It's easy for me to just, no matter how burned my muscles are, I found it's been really easy for me to just lift those hooks right off, and I'm done. I'm back on normal ground. So I thought I'd share the little system here I made. If you can find, I think I had to cut the edge of the bars a little bit to make it fit here, but you can do that. You can go to Harbor Freight and get any kind of metal cutter, grinder, right? And grinders work so great. They work so good. I caught another one. I got two of them, maybe three. I forgot. I got one that cuts wood, one that cuts metal, one that cuts something else. I forgot, or sander or something. I think I might have three. No, I think I got two. So if you ever think about installing one of those things, right, that's what it looks like from here, right? Just a regular old barbell, right? I just cut it to size, cut it to my size, And so I'll come in here and so before I do those though, if you ever do something like that, I'd really recommend, you get on something like this, or do something, or even something like this, where you pull the bar down to prepare the muscles for that event. Because if we go, say for example, we have a routine. I've been doing this for 30 years this way, or 20 years this way, and then we think we're all fit and we're all good to go, right? And then we realize that when we go do something that's so totally different, that our muscles weren't ready for that. They weren't prepared, and then we end up getting an injury. And sometimes it's a lifelong one. I mean, you're done working out for the rest of your life because you are now disabled. You're going to get the little blue card that you put on the visor. So, before I do my monkey business, I'll do all kinds of things that are related to that movement, right? So I can increase the weight and increase the weight and increase the weight and increase the weight, because I weigh 145. So I want to be able to increase that weight so that all these muscles that are going to be pulling me up, right? I want all these muscles intertwined. So let's go a little heavier here. See if I can see how the muscles feel when I do that. I'm not heavy enough. That's heavier than I am. I can't. It won't go, because, so that's probably about 160 or something. I'm 145. So when I come on here and I do my legs, I just do the whole stack. I usually do about 30 of these. What I do is I'll take my put this behind me, because the weight's kind of heavy, and I had major back surgery, so it's not a problem now as far as pushing back, but I've always done it this way. Even before decades ago, I'd always put something behind my back, because the weight I do with my legs has always been whatever's on the machine. Oh, that machine do 350? No, it only does 320. Does that one do 1,000 something? Yeah, this one does 1,000. Does 1,200. Oh, okay, 1,200. I'm over there. So I'm pumping out 1,200 with my legs. Weird, huh? So my legs have always been pretty strong, and so I can do this kind of weight with my legs. After a while, it's like I'm doing nothing. Always had strong legs. I used to. There was in the military. They had one that was for legs. It was like I think 1,200 pounds or something. And I got a picture of myself actually doing it. Right, so 1,200 pounds, or I even added more. I found this. They had a place where I was able to add more, so I added as much as I can get on that, and just pump those out too. I always had strong legs. Kind of like, you see a horse. Think about a horse, of course. You look at the mass of their body, right? You look at their mass and you're going, how can those skinny, scrawny little legs, no bigger than mine, keep up that mass? It's all about the tendon, about the tendons, right? Tendons are crazy muscles. It's a kind of muscle, right? Chimpanzees, their muscles are between tendons and muscles like ours. Kind of in between, in a mixture. That's why chimps are so powerful. I forgot how many times men, 10 times stronger than a man, or 3 times, or something like that. Just take a man like the, bodybuilder, and throw him around a room, bite their face off. So, yeah. So what I would do is, what I'm doing here is I'm getting ready to do my monkey business, hanging upside down. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that, because I haven't done that for a while. And anytime I haven't done anything for a while, it's time to make sure that I'm not going to yank anything out of place. So you saw what I did there, the pull downs, and I got this over here that I did earlier, right? Did this one earlier, I did this one last night. I did it already today, So this also works the same kind of muscles as a pull up, right? So I'll, do that. Just want to see if I can do it with one hand. Yeah, a few times, and I'm sure I will be. But why would I want to? I don't know, 'cause I can. So here's what I use. So here's the cushions I'll be putting down underneath my monkey hanging business. Look how thick those things are, baby. Oh, that used to be my bed mattress, and it made me sweat really bad. Sleeping, I wake up in the middle of the night all the time, all wet from sweat. Just the kind of material was too insulating. Didn't allow proper airflow from the body. So I said, these little pads, I went to go buy some put on our chairs, outside chairs, and make new outside cushions, And then something like this size, not even that size, half this size, was like $35 to $40. And I thought, I got a bunch of chairs out here. Okay, I was going to throw this mattress away. I decided to make cushions out of it, so I got so many of these things. Lots of seat cushions now, babe. Yeah. So I just took a long knife, made sure it's super sharp, and that knife just sliced through that stuff. I was just cutting whatever size and lengths. I got some that are really long, narrow and long. So anyway, anytime you're going to do a new exercise that you haven't done for a while, I strongly encourage you to go light at first, get the muscles ready, stretched, semi-toned at least, work your way into that, whatever it is you're going to do with it, especially if you haven't done it for a while. I hadn't worked out on weights because I didn't have a weight system for like 5 years, something like that. And so I moved to where I'm at now, and I bought this gym that you see, right? I bought this workout system, and I got it set up in the garage, and I put the bench press on the max 220, and I just pumped them out. 10, went and did something else, and pumped that out. Went and did something else, most max, and pumped it out. I was like 40 years old, and I'm pumping that out, and I got the 3 sets done, and something didn't feel right about my hands. So I looked at my hands, and even though I could do it 220 easy peasy without even thinking about it, not a problem. I didn't feel no pain. I didn't feel nothing. It just felt actually pretty good. So I looked at my palm of my hands, and you can still see it. See that little indentation right there? That was all the way across my palms, all the way across on both hands. It tore every single tendon on my palms, both hands. I didn't feel nothing. I didn't know nothing. I just felt something after I was all done doing my sets of 220, easy peasy. I could almost felt like I could have done them with one hand maybe. I mean, it just felt good to do that much weight again because I hadn't done it for a while. And here's an adage here. So just because we can do something doesn't mean we should. Just because we're strong enough to do something, we shouldn't allow ourselves that green light just because we can, we should, or could, or no. Give some thought, think a little deeper, get more rationality, critical thinking involved there, and say, you know what, just to be safe, so I don't tear all my tendons in my palms. That what the doctor he says, I see that all the time. It's when people haven't worked out for a while and they go do the heavy weight just because they can and they tear all their. I said, he looked at me like I was a dummy, like you did that, didn't you? I went, well, no, don't. Yeah, the weather's pretty crazy out there. Right, so if you haven't done anything for a while, start out light. Yeah, work your way back up to it. Yeah, I mean, you'll get there fairly quickly if it hasn't been all that long. But the longer you've been out of that exercise, I mean, just because you can go pump out 200 or 300 pounds because you can, not a wise choice. Not a wise choice. I'm sure you can. Most likely, if it was something you did a year ago or 2 years ago, I'm sure you can. But it would be unwise for you to do that. Work your way up to it. Start at the light stuff and do 3 sets of 10, and then add some in after a few days, and add some more. Get all those muscles back and remembering everything. Oh yeah, we got to get this intensity. We got to feel that. Bring those tendons back into play, because those tendons, especially when you get in your 30s, they take a little longer to get stronger. So it's not as much as the muscles as we get older, past 30. It's the tendons. They take a little longer to get back up to par. Don't expect them to rebound as fast as your muscles or your overall strength. Anyway, I thought I'd share that kind of stuff with you. Been doing this for most of my life, since 6th grade, working out and intensely. When I was in 6th grade, I looked like a weird 6th grader. Big old buff. They put me on football because they look at that 6th grader. Boy, we should put him on the football team, and I was. Had to go through some sort of approval through the principal to get me on the football team. Anyway, subscribe, be humble and kind, please, and thumbs up if you want, and help this channel grow. I'm a disabled vet. I wasn't disabled because I was in the military. I'm disabled because of what happened to me while I was in the military. A sergeant said, "Turner, change that 200-pound tire." "Sarge, I can't do it by myself." "Turner, that's an order. I'm going to write you up." Oh. So I changed the tire by myself, and I felt this sharp pain. First, it actually started in the middle of my back. That was the first pinch. I thought, what the heck? I was 18. And just as I was getting ready to get it on the lug nuts, on the bolts, I felt a sharper pain in my lower back. Well, the next morning I went to get out of bed, couldn't. Sarge could, "Turner, get out of bed." "I can't, Sarge." "Well, we'll call a doctor." I said, "Okay, Sarge." "Yeah, good idea." Doctor comes to my bedside. "What happened?" He examines me. "What happened?" Told the doctor. The doctor looked at that sergeant like he was a little child. Bad boy. And that doctor didn't record that, because if that doctor were to record that event, that sergeant would have been off the military. He would have been evicted from the building, right, for doing what he did. So the doctor never wrote down that event and said what happened. And so I went to go get compensation for that event, and the doctor who visited my bedside didn't write down nothing to protect that sergeant. And I paid for that. I was on my back 3 times before I even got out of the military from that injury. Couldn't get out of bed. Sergeant come, "Turner, get out of bed." "Sarge, I can't." "Oh, you got that thing going?" "Yeah, Sarge." He says, "Will you just take your time? You get out of bed whenever you feel like it." So, yeah. "Do you need someone by your bedside?" "I don't, just have somebody bring me some food now and then, Sarge." "Yeah, okay, Turner, gotcha." And that's how that went. He felt really bad. And then he made me asked me to be an honor guard in his wedding. I said, "Yeah, okay." Anyway, so exercise. Get ready for something that's more stressful. Just don't go and do something heavy. I strongly recommend you don't, because many times, we pay for that. That I can, so therefore I will. You have a nice day. Please subscribe. Help me out with this channel. Help it grow. It's going to become my only form of income soon. So help me pay my bills, and it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Not a penny. I'll never know who you are unless you leave an email address. Subscribe. There's nothing left. It's just someone who subscribed. So have a nice day. Bye now.